What's up, everybody? Josh or Miho here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to be talking to you about the new album from the band Azure Emote entitled The Gravity of Impermanence. This is released on Selfmadegod Records. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they're based out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And honestly, this is a band that has a style that's very, very hard to determine and even harder to classify. Because in the grand scheme of things, this is a death metal band, but this band utilizes so many different musical styles and ideas, it's just mind-bending. Because in addition to the death metal, you have elements of industrial music, progressive rock, avant-garde, even just a tinge of black metal, maybe even grindcore. This is a band that has an all-over-the-board kind of style. They came out with an album back in 2007 called Chronicles of an Aging Mammal. And that record in and itself was just something very unique and very crazy. For what it is and for what it set out to execute, it did it pretty damn well. And it was very, very unique and original. That's something you really don't see too much nowadays in current metal, is originality and trying to be different. And this project is definitely something that fits that to a letter T. After this album, this project was put on the back burner for a little while due to the fact that other people had other projects and ideas. Most notably, the guy that runs this, the main man behind this band, Mike. He is known for being an awesome death metal vocalist and visual artist. If you know him for his work with bands like Vile and Monstrosity and even Abraxas, he is an amazing singer and vocalist for those kinds of bands. But yeah, after all this time, we now have the official sophomoric effort from this project entitled The Gravity of Impermanence. And in a ways, this is kind of an all-star kind of collective, because he got some very, very good, solid musicians to appear on this record. He got Ryan from Rumpelstiltskin Grinder and Total Fucking Destruction on the guitar. Mike Heller, who drums for bands like Fear Factory and Malignancy, and a guy by the name of Kelly Conlon, who played bass on Death's Symbolic record. And that is a good, solid lineup in my view. And I was curious to see what they were going to do with this unique project. It's 14 tracks, and it clocks in at around 60 minutes, so this is basically a full hour's worth of music going on here. And the fact that this album not only relies on traditional instrumentation is just crazy, because not only do you get the guitars, the drums, and the bass and the vocals, but you also have the inclusions of violins, keyboards, saxophones, guitars, harmonicas, operatic vocals. It's just insane and over the top. I mean, if you think of stuff like maybe Psy or Gojira, current Gojira, you have the ideas of what this band sets out to accomplish, and they deliver something that's very over the top and exhaustive, but yet it's unique and it's original, and that's very ballsy and daring of this band to do. And if you're a fan of avant-garde metal, or maybe just experimental metal, this is definitely something you should check out or give a shot to. I'm really digging the way the guitar sounds on this record. It has a very good, crystal clear, nicely played kind of quality. There's some really amazing riffs work going on here. Very heavy, very crunchy. Just the way the riffs are delivered, the way the solos are played. There's some really, really good technical solo work going on here. And it's very, very meticulous, very well crafted. Take the opening track, Epoch of De-Evolution. Just the way the guitar sounds on that track is just fantastic. There's some really amazing stuff going on here. Even to Conduit of Atrocity and Veils of Looming Despair, you have some really unique guitar work going on with those tracks as well. Bass work is good too. Very well done, very well played, very audible. You hear the nice little moments where you hear the bass on its own. is mainly a guitar-driven kind of a record, but once you get to hear the bass, I think it's played very well, very exceptional, very nicely done bass work here. The drum work is just sensational. Mike is a great drummer. Mike Heller, to be specific. His drum work is very, very good. He's frantic. He's chaotic. I love his fills. I love his blast beats. Just the way the double bass is played, just the snare tone, just the way the cymbals are, just the syncopation, and just the overall structuring of the drums is just very fantastic. And he plays the drums very, very well here. Very well crafted. This guy knows what he's doing, and this guy knows how to play drums extremely, exceptionally well. And moving on to the more unique aspects of this record, you have the violins. The violin is an incredibly dominant part of this record. You hear it a lot on this album, like on the tracks Marching Forth, Obsessive Time Directive, even to a song that was just recently released from them called Puppet Deities, even Conduit of Atrocity. Not Conduit of Atrocity, Veils of Looming Despair. I'm repeating myself. What am I doing? This record just drove me insane here. But the violins here are just amazing. I love the way that they're utilized and executed. The keyboards, the use of piano work, organs, it's just over the top and crazy. The vocals are very, very beautifully done. The operatic vocals sound really good. Very well sung, very well spoken, even to the harmonica. There's an interlude on this track called Sunrise Slaughter, where it's basically just a minute of improvised harmonica playing. And it's something really weird. You don't hear it, or you don't expect it coming. But yet, there it is. The harmonica's there. Even the saxophone. You have Bruce Lamont from Yakuza doing the saxophone here. And he plays the saxophone great. He's an amazing player. And on the tracks, the Living Spiral and Obsessive Time Directive, his saxophone work is just top-notch. Very, very well done. And vocal-wise, the harsher vocals. Mike is a great vocalist. I love his vocal style. Very guttural, very, very to the point, very understandable. He has that right kind of growl going on, and his vocals are just something really good to listen to. He makes you pay attention to what he's saying, and just the drive and delivery in his vocal performance is really solid. It's something very special here. So I will admit that this is a tiring listen at first. You really don't know what to think or what to expect after you just listen to it. But this is something that should definitely grow on you with time. I'm pretty sure this is not going to be meant for everybody, but this band definitely delivers something very original and very unique. So if you're into avant-garde or extreme metal, Azure Emote is definitely a band for you to check out. If I had to pick any favorite tracks, I would definitely have to say Epoch of De-Evolution, Marching Forth, Veils of Looming Despair, The Living Spiral, that's when you hear Bruce Lamont's saxophone, and the closing track, Puppet Deities. So I'm going to leave you a link in the description box to the Selfmadegod Bandcamp where you can stream this here for yourself, purchase a copy from them, get it however you're able to if you're into it. So again, the album is The Gravity of Impermanence by Azure Emote. This is released on Selfmadegod Records. Check it out. And I'm going to give this a very solid 8 out of 10. Really unique stuff, very different, very original. Check out Azure Emote. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks all for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. Until the next time, Armijo out.